Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. Welcome to Meet Me at Zero. Today it is Christmas Eve, and for us Hispanics in Latin America, hoy es víspera de Nochebuena. And so we celebrate our big meal and we start celebrating tomorrow our festivities, and they last throughout for most of us through mid-January, almost to the end of January. It is a celebration of faith, of hope, more than it is about Santa Claus and bringing gifts. When I read the passage of Mary, and if you don't know anything about me, you can start at the beginning of my videos, and you'll know me from when I was younger to this point. But we read the story of the birth of Jesus, and we focus on just the birth and the oil and the animals, and that they couldn't find an inn to stay in. But I want to take you a little step back, which is where I want you to meet me at zero. And Mary was very young. Mary was chosen with this burden, with this assignment that she would birth the Son of God, the chosen, the Messiah, you know. And I don't know that she necessarily knew, the Bible doesn't really say that, the amount of pain that she would also endure. But God found that her heart was for him, that she was clean, that she loved him, and she was chosen. Can you imagine if you're a mom, you are excited with expectation, you are pregnant, you want a healthy baby is all you want. But the reality of life is that we do have children, and we have happy children, and we have healthy babies, and sometimes we have very accomplished. But it's also true that in birthing a child, their life is in God's hands. We don't get to pick and choose. And a lot of times as a parent, there is great suffering. There is great prayers that go up. There is great crying. There is great love in sacrificing as a parent. And most people just leave it in that aspect. But when you think about what you individually as a person have endured, and what your children will eventually endure, that you cannot prevent at any cost. Could Mary prevent what Jesus was about to go through? She could not prevent or even foresee what her beloved child would endure. And so while I watch many of these movies, and I love The Passion of the Christ, is probably my favorite, and it's heart-wrenching. Mary was just excited that she would have this baby, that she was going to be part of the great, the only, the biggest event of humanity. And so, having to flee because her child was going to be killed, she could have been, my reputation will be tarnished because I'm pregnant, I'm not married. And Joseph had questions about it. How many times do you feel that way? Do you feel like you cannot be of use because of what you've done, because of your reputation, of what people know you from, or how they know you behaved, or they know what you've done? But you're a new creation. How many times have you felt like, I am not up to code. I'm not up to what, the standard. Can I tell you there is no standard? Can I tell you that to God, he just needs your willingness. He just needs your buy-in, and everything else he's going to carry you through. There are things that we learn and we sacrifice to the process, but that is a trick of the enemy to keep you where you're at, to keep you from growing, to keep you from moving in the direction that God has placed in your heart. Can you imagine how she said, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. I don't think, my reputation is going to be at stake and I'm going to have this kid and I don't know what's going to happen to this kid. But she trusted the Lord and she followed through and she birthed the biggest act in our history in humanity. And so God expects the same thing from you, that you trust the process, that you trust him with your life, that you trust him with what's going on, even if you don't understand it. And that's really when you know when God is in the mix. When you are completely not able to manipulate anything, you're not able to control anything, that place of discomfort where you don't know, when you where you're going to land, what's the next what's coming up next, because that is where God does his best work. Okay. Mary trusted God with her life and went through having this child, and did she know what was going to happen after that? Did she know? Did she think about it? She probably had no idea. She probably had no idea of the agony and what he was going to go through in life. But as a mother, I am certain that she loved him, that she treasured him, um, that she took care of him in that process. And in the same manner, God will take care of us. He entrusted us to the Great Commission, and sometimes it's with having children, sometimes it's with spreading the good news. If you don't have any children on your own, you can love on other people's children. You can birth love in other places and plant seeds of hope, of forgiveness, of bettering yourself, of godliness, of gift, of purpose, of calling. And so today I just want to encourage you to take a moment, to see where you're at, what haven't you done? What haven't you stepped out? What are you afraid of? If you fall 6 times, get up 7th, do it again. Try it a different way. Don't do it the same way though. God has a purpose for your life, and in the most awkward of circumstances and in the most, I don't want to use the word weird, but I can't think of another word. Sometimes in the awkwardness, we tend to overthink. And so I'm just going to ask that you trust, you go with your spirit, pray and go with your spirit. And today, may the peace of God reign in your life, in your children. May you have health, joy, and peace that surpasses all understanding. May this season be really one of thankfulness, of gratitude, of how far we've come this year, of the things that we have, that God has provided us with, the things that money can't buy. So meet me at 0. I will talk to you guys on Christmas Day. Know that you're loved and thought of by the Most High God. Stay the course. Trust the process. And keep moving in the direction of the light. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.